Just tell us, immediately after you've had your hand raised, how hard you had to work for that victory in this ring tonight.
The thing is, it wasn't a case of a hard fight. He's tricky and he's fucking clever. Excuse my language, but he's a good fighter. He's tricky, he's cute. But I didn't really have to work hard for it. It was just more trying to track him down and pin him. But it was a tough fight. He's a good fighter. But like he said in the press conference, don't make excuses. You lost the fight, end of story.
The verdict ringside was very, very close. I think some had it even headed into that last round. Just talk me through the moments of success you had through those 36 minutes. Were there no doubts at the end of the fight that you were the winner?
No. Going into I think it was the 10th, Tony said to me, it's probably level. You're level. You've got to win these next 2 rounds. Even though it wasn't a conclusive victory, I didn't box my best. But at the same time, I think I've done enough to win the fight, at least by a couple of rounds.
Edward isn't happy. Can you understand why, or does that disappoint you to see?
It's boxing. It's boxing. His judges around the ring for a reason. Unfortunately, he didn't get a decision, like he said in a press conference. Don't make excuses. There's no marks on my face. There's marks on his.
Well, let's bring Edward Vazquez in. Edward, we'll give you a chance to speak as well. Firstly, thank you for a thrilling fight here in Monte-Carlo on behalf of everyone watching. Your immediate reaction, do you believe you did enough to win that this evening?
Yeah, man, but you know what? I'm not even going to trip on it. You know, I have strong faith. God put me here for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. There's no coincidences. So I'm just gonna let destiny play its role. I'll be back, man. You know, everyone in this room in here, everyone watching around the world knows I won. Eddie Hearn knows I won. But guess what? They did it to me again. But they can't stop that Fort Worth kid, man. Texas in the house. We made noise. You know what it is. I'll be back, baby.
What do you believe won you the fight tonight, Edward? Just final question. In your mind, what do you believe won you the fight? Why did you feel you did enough to beat Joe tonight?
He wasn't able to do anything he wanted to do the whole fight. He was in scrambles. He couldn't land his little right hand. He talked about the entire build up to the fight, or the left hook. He had no power. All the other 130s will walk through this guy. This guy got no power. You should have saw him at the weigh-in. He was dry as shit. This is probably his last fight at 130. And if he does come back down to 130, Shockey Foster and Rocky Hernandez, Navarrete will walk straight through this guy. So, man, he ain't got it.
Must be difficult to hear that, Joe.
No, not at all. Listen, I've proven it time and time again. If he can't beat me on my worst night, fucking hell. He got no hope, especially at 130.
Oh, it's his worst night now. Here we go with the excuses again. I told you I want no excuses.
Who won the fight? Hey.
We'll just have to apologise for the language. I'm going to break.
These guys always got excuses because Daddy Eddie Hearn's going to back them up. Bullshit.
Let's bring promoter Eddie Hearn in. Eddie, a little bit chaotic here in the ring. Both fighters incredibly vocal. Hopefully we'll be able to grab a word with Joe before he does make his way out of the arena. Your verdict, watching that from ringside, it was close ringside in the commentary desk, on social media as well. How did you see it?
I thought it was a very close fight. I thought Vazquez came on strong late in the fight. I had Joe 6-3 or 5-4 up after 9. I thought he won the 12th round to probably win the fight by literally a round, 2 rounds max. I thought 116, 112 is too wide. We had 3 neutral judges here tonight, no British judges. I know Vazquez's team are disappointed. And listen, it was a very close fight, but I had Joe Cordina edging the fight. I think commentary had it the same. I guess when it's a round in it either way, it can go either way to fight. And again, I don't agree with 116, 112, but I had Joe edging a very close, very competitive, very grueling, very good fight.
I know in boxing, we don't always want to see rematches, and you will want to move Joe forward now towards unifications in these big fights. But considering the fight it was thrilling through 36 minutes, and the little bit of afters there, is there appetite to potentially run that back in Cardiff?
Maybe. Listen, Vazquez will feel hard done by. He had a very close fight with Ray Ford. He had a close fight with Joe Cordina. That's 2 decisions that possibly could have gone his way. But tonight, particularly, I felt Joe deserved to edge the fight as champion, defending. And I think you're going to see the best out of him in those big challenges. No disrespect to Vazquez, but the likes of Lee Wood, the likes of Shockey Foster. But he'll have to be better in those fights tonight. Sometimes you come off the back of 2 fantastic performances like Agawa and Rakimov. I still thought it was a good performance, but, Vazquez was very good, and we knew that coming into the fight. But I think now time to test himself at this stage in his career and take those big moments. But thrilling fight, thrilling night, and a real close one tonight.
You're talking about the options. You mentioned Shockey Foster, obviously coming off a thrilling win against Rocky Hernandez. He holds a WBC belt at 130 pounds. There's been talk of a fight with Lee Wood, potentially at the City Ground. I know Navarrete's in action later this month as well. What do you like about the options? Because they are plentiful.
I believe... Evening. I believe every champion should try and unify the division. And I think Joe Cordina is no different. I believe he can beat everybody at 130 tonight, and the champions might be watching, fancying their chances. But for me, you know, I love all domestic fights. I think Leigh Wood, Joe Cordina is a great fight, but I would like to see Joe Cordina face the champions, whether that's a trip to Vegas or New York or outdoors in Cardiff. Time to roll the dice in the big ones.
Well, I know Joe's doing an interview with Steve Bunn, so I'm not sure we're going to get a chance to speak to him, but no doubt we'll be hearing from him very shortly. Eddie, thanks for your time. A thrilling fight, and we look forward to whatever is coming next for Mr. Joe Cordina.